Today we're going to replace the radiator of this vehicle. Here you can see it is leaking pretty bad. So let's get started. First thing to do is to drain the coolant. The drain cap of the radiator is made of plastic. This can be hard to loosen, so grab a regular pliers to make the job easier. Removing the radiator cap makes the coolant drain faster. Remove the drain cap and be sure to catch the coolant with your drain pan. Next, remove the upper radiator support, also called as upper tie bar. Use a 10mm socket to remove the following bolts as shown on the video. There are 3 bolts on each side. And also, on the middle frame, 3 bolts too. Unplug the terminal socket of the horn. Then, squeeze the ends of this plastic clip to take the wire of horn away. Same thing on the middle frame. Next, use your irregular pliers to detach the hood cable from the hood latch mechanism. Then squeeze and hold the plastic clip of the hood cable, then pull it away. This thing keeps and holds the cable in place. Next, squeeze and push these plastic clips. These are for the wires and cables underneath the radiator support. Then, lift the upper radiator support. Now we have to remove some of the remaining harness. But before that, it's always a good idea to disconnect the negative terminal of the battery for safety. Then pull those electrical sockets. I just use a small flathead screwdriver to make the job easier. Then take the upper radiator support or tie bar away. Put it in a safe place. Next, we need to detach anything that is connected to the radiator. This cable tie or zip tie can be unlocked by using a small flathead screwdriver. Just push the tab inside, create a gap, and pull the cable tie. Disconnect the electrical plug for the fan assembly. And also, this socket. Same thing on what I did earlier, you may either unlock the cable tie or zip tie or squeeze the ends of the plastic clip. Next, grab a 12mm socket and remove this bolt. This holds the filler pipe, an adapter for the radiator cap. Next, squeeze and hold the metal clamp with the regular pliers and put it on the other side. Disconnect the radiator hose by pulling it. Same thing on the lower radiator hose, which is located on the lower left side of the car. Now the radiator is currently attached to the condenser, which is held by big plastic retainers. All you have to do is to bend and hold those plastic tabs while pulling the condenser upwards. Now this could take more time than usual because this can be tricky. You can do it one side at a time. If you have someone to help, then it would make the job faster and easier. After detaching and lifting the condenser from the radiator, you may now lift and take the radiator away. Drain the remaining coolant on the drain pan. The fan assembly is held by the same plastic retainers too. Just do the same thing as what we did earlier on the condenser. Take the rubber insulators and we will reuse them on our new radiator. Here is the damage. A crack where the leak came from. Here is the new radiator. Here is a side-by-side comparison. Make sure everything is the same. It is also a good idea to clean the electrical connections with a contact cleaner. Make sure each side are properly seated and secure. These are the rubber insulators, just put them on the frame. Take the new radiator and put it on the car. Make sure the radiator is inserted properly into those rubber insulators. Then, same thing what we did earlier on the fan assembly. Slide the condenser into the radiator. Make sure everything are seated properly. Reinstall everything back together. Now that everything is in place, we can now reinstall the upper radiator support. Be sure that the radiator is properly aligned on the rubber insulators of the upper radiator support. Just put everything back on. Don't forget to connect the negative terminal of the battery. Also, don't forget to put coolant and bleed the system. And there you have it. Problem is now fixed. I hope you find this video helpful. If it was, subscribe now for more videos. As always, thank you very much for watching.